Awesome. Yeah, okay, Dingle. I have it. Thank you, though, for sharing it. If it pops up, I want you to share it, even if you already did it. All right. I'm ready to do this. Apparently, Johnny, are you making an apple? You better say yeah. Like, you better say yes. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is hollow out the inside of your apple. Now, there's actually 2 ways that you can do this. You can do it, so actually there's 3. Step 1 is if you have an apple corer, that's like the easiest thing in your life. You just like shove it in the middle and then you rip out the core. I don't have that, unfortunately. So I'm gonna like hack out the middle of this. The other thing that you can do that I've been wanting to try is cut off the entire top of the apple, because I want to try that today because you can fit more stuff inside of it. And like, I like oatmeal. So we're gonna try that method today. So I'm gonna cut off the top of my apple and see if that is going to work. Now my apple is not super flat or like nice because I grew it on a tree. And when you, let's taste it. It's delicious. When you grow your own apples, they're not perfect, like in the grocery store. Plus, if you do this, then you can actually eat your apple when you're supposed to be making it. This is a bonus. If we're making an apple bowl, this is delicious. It's a bit tart. I grew this apple on a tree. Okay. Hey Gabriel, how are you? A new method, right. So now, this is actually great because it won't sit up. As you can see exactly what I'm doing. So, now we're going to try to get the inside of it out. We're going to make a, we're going to make this into a bowl. But I don't want it to be, like, super thin. I want there to be apple left. So essentially what I'm trying to do is just take out the core of it. Is green an option for me? Yes. Yep. Mighty, did you pick a color? Did he pick a color? Yeah, I'll show you on this one. That camera doesn't have the green screen. Do. Got you, Bob. Awesome. Snackless does cooking? Yeah, I'm making baked apples. Hi, Cabal, how are you? You picked the color? Yes, I love when you guys let me pick the color. I'm gonna give you this light lime green because it makes me think of you and it's bright and colorful. Quizim, thanks so much for resubscribing for 2 whole months. Guess who's been your friend for 2 months, Quizim? Thank you very, very much for supporting me for 2 months. Thank you so much. I can't wait for 3 and I can put an apple up for you. That is incredible. Thank you for your resubscription and for your support, Quizim. It is so, so, so appreciated. Thank you very, very much for 2 months of subs. Thank you. I love that we have variety in our like resubscription months. I think that's so cute. Yay! Apples! For the tree! I put Bob right above the cute owl. Alright, let's continue on. Are we all caught up? Yeah, because Dingle has an apple. Okay. So here I've got my apple. So anyways, cutting out the inside of your apple is actually not an easy thing to do. I'm going to use my really sharp knife and I'm going to like cut around the core really carefully. And then, so actually normally Watfy does this part for me because he doesn't really trust me with a knife. Which is pretty a legit thing because like I know how to use a knife and I cook frequently, but I'm just like not a very safe human being is more so the problem. Like one time I injured myself really, really badly with a cheese grater. Like a cheese grater. Who, like, he's like, how did this happen? I'm like, I don't even know. Like, okay. So then, did I put Happy Meals up? Yeah, it's totally fine. Don't freak out, chat. Okay, so then, I think a good strategy is like just to pry it out. Once you like cut around it, because that seems to be like the easiest thing to do, as opposed to well, really any other method where you cut your fingers off. So the goal is not to injure yourself while doing this, because you know it's actually very easy to do so. Can you guys not freak out, chat? This is a butter knife. Chat. Goddamn chat. It's a butter knife. I'm just trying to get the inside of the core of this apple out so that I can fit the yummy stuff inside. This is a very simple task, okay? So basically, we're going to hollow out this apple and then we're going to put the stuff inside and then like that's it. Like that's how easy it is to make a delicious baked apple. That's why we're doing this snack on stream. Because yesterday I did this while I streamed. I literally just left for 5 minutes and then I made a baked apple and then I came back. Hi, Captain Lear. What's wrong? I'm panicking. Why? What's wrong? Welcome back. We missed you. Everyone breathe. Yeah, chat. Come on. All right, there's one. That's pretty good. Now, I feel like there's not enough room for yummy things. And also, there's like some of that stiff part. That's a dangerous knife. This is a butter knife. A literal chat. It's a butter knife. Butter. Logan, so quickly this time has gone by. I actually was thinking that. I'm like, holy heck. Logan, thank you very, very, very much for resubscribing to my stream. Thank you so much for your subscribing for 3 whole months. Thank you for believing in me for such a long time. I know sometimes that, like, I think you guys downplay what it is that you do for me, but those of you who come to my streams, who talk to me, who keep my chat going, you guys give me life. You guys give me energy. You keep me going, and I'm incredibly thankful for your support. Please don't ever think that what you do for me is nothing, because to me it is amazing. Like, I'm very, very thankful. I mean, people can't even get their mods to stay in their streams these days. Like, look. And I am very thankful for you guys. Okay, so one done. So here's our next apple. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're gonna do that again. We're gonna cut off the top of our apple. Okay. More apple for eating. Oh my god, it's delicious. What do you stuff into the apple after the apple core is removed? Okay, so we're gonna get to that in about 1 second. You can stab yourself with a butter knife. That's true. Hello, Tomination Time. How are you? Welcome to stream. How's it going? Did that apple tell you it was gonna be yummy? Yes, because I whisper and talk to all my apples, don't you? Okay, so hi, welcome to stream, Tomination. I'm doing excellent. Oh, thanks for the host, friend. I appreciate that. Those applegins. I'm actually obsessed with apples. I happen to have about 200 cut out beside me. These are all apples that we cut out for stream. What happens when you're a streamer and a teacher, I suppose. Okay. Great. Let's resume. Okay, so now we're going to get the inside of that apple out again. So once again, I'm going to take my sharp knife and I'm just going to make some cuts around the core so it's easier to dig it out. Just be a little bit careful when you're doing this part. Okay, and then once again, once we get the core out, we're going to stuff it, okay? So we're just making a really simple baked apple. You can actually make this a little bit healthier than I'm going to make it for you today. I'm going to use brown sugar in mine, which I really like to use in baking. Two options, you can cut your sugar so that you put less of it in it, or you can actually sweeten them with honey. I don't eat a lot of sweets, and I do like all of my own baking, so I have no problem eating sugar in my baking, because I eat pretty healthy most of the time. So But if this is for you going to be like a super big treat, or you want to make this, if you wanted to like make this for breakfast, let's just say, and you wanted to make it a bit healthier, for example, that's one way that you could easily go ahead and do that. Such a big knife. Chat, come on. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna scoop the inside of this up. So what we're gonna put inside of our apple today is some oatmeal, some cinnamon, and some brown sugar. Sir Bill Paxton, thank you so much for resubscribing for 3 whole months. Welcome back to the snack stream. Welcome back to the snack fam. Thank you for being a part of our stream. Thank you for taking such good care of Watfi. We are thankful for your friendship and your support. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And I'm proud of you, Bill. I don't know if I told you that recently. I'm proud of you. Thanks for coming back to us. Hello, Extra Introverted and Nath. How are you guys? I know I didn't say hi to you. You've probably been here for a while, but we're just a little bit busy with the resub tree and the apple cooking and like all the fun things that are going on. So like you want to be able to get all those seeds out and like kind of that shell that's around the seeds, because like that's a bit hard to eat. Also, by ensuring that you get that out, you ensure that there's lots of room for yummy things inside the apple. So if you're making this right now is a really good time to go turn your oven on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So if you're making an apple, you're gonna put it in your oven. It's gonna take about 30 minutes to soften up, give or take. Be careful when you do this, because if you forget about your apple or you cook it too long, it will explode. And I don't mean like explode all over the place. I just mean this, like the insides will like push the skin away almost. Perfect. And so you just wanna make sure that doesn't happen. So you can do that by cooking them at a lower temperature and just by not overcooking them essentially, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to our next step. So this is my little tray that I'm going to use to, should have made sure my apples fit in it. You know what? I think I need a slightly bigger tray. Okay, one moment. Just a second. Apple too big. All right, got it. Okay. Thank you, Bill Paxton. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. That sharp-looking knife. Okay, all right. I'll move them here. You know what? I'll just take them right off the screen, so you guys don't even have to look at them. All right, let's continue on. So, okay, the next thing. Perfect. So, next thing we're gonna do is put our apples in here. So this is what we're gonna be baking our apples in today in the oven. Is your oven preheating to 350 degrees? I hope so. Next job. Okay. Is we're gonna make the inside. So to make the inside, we're gonna take some quick oats. Okay, so you can get oats or quick oats. Quick oats are great because they cook up really, really fast. So we're gonna be only cooking this for about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna make 2 baked apples. So I'm gonna put half a cup of oats in this little container. About that, give or take. I'm going to put half a cup of oats in my little container. Okay, and then I'm going to add my next thing, which is my brown sugar, which I keep my brown sugar in this little tub because it keeps it nice and soft and easy to use. And I keep like this cute little thing in it. It's kind of hard to see, but I have one of those little brown sugar clay things, and it keeps your brown sugar from hardening up. You just soak them in water and then you put them in your brown sugar. If your brown sugar is like super messed up, a quick fix for it is actually to put a piece of bread in it. And the brown sugar will absorb the bread so much to the fact that like the bread will be rock hard. And then it will soften up again. Super big secrets of bakers. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in so you need to put in about half the amount of sugar. So I put in half a cup of oats, of quick oats. So now I'm going to put in actually just under a quarter cup because I don't want it to be super, super sweet. Because I can always add more brown sugar to it. So I'm going to just stick that in there. And then I'm going to give it a stir and just kind of see like what that ratio looks like. Okay, this is definitely not enough. So I'm going to put some more in. The brown sugar is going to really soften it up and help it cook inside the apple. So yeah, I probably needed about all of that quarter cup. Okay, and to be honest with you, like I actually made this up. I'm sure other people do this. I took what other people did with their baked apples and made one that I thought was better. So, and easier. Like this is like if I was doing this in my kitchen, I could have it done in 5 minutes. Like if you have your company over or you have an apple tree, like piece of cake requires like hardly any extra work. Super, super simple. Okay, so now we have our inside. So the inside is our oats and our brown sugar. That's it. Like nothing. Piece of cake. Requires no work whatsoever. Vile, thanks so much for resubscribing to my stream. Hi, Vile. Happy 3 months. Thank you for resubscribing. Right now who do we owe apples to? We owe an apple to Logan, Bill Paxton, and Vile. Could you guys go ahead and pick what color of apple you would like? Okay, so here's my oats. So I'm gonna go ahead and stuff these apples, basically like as much as I can fit in them without making a mess on my desk. So I'm literally going to, I wonder if I put enough brown sugar in there. Maybe I'll put a little bit more, just for good measure. This is not a healthy apple for me. More! Oh no, I made a mess on the desk. Well, I knew that was going to happen. It's okay. The only thing is if you leave, if you leave these in the bottom of your pan when you bake them, then there. It's not the best idea. All right. Okay, there's one. Let's do one more. What about Quaker Oats cinnamon sugar flavored oatmeal? Okay, so I actually don't really like that stuff because to me it tastes like super, super processed. But I bet I've never really, like I've only eaten it once and then I was like, this is not for me. Like I don't like this, but I bet you could just open that sucker up and dump it in here. Now, I don't know. You might have to, like I put enough brown sugar in here. Basically what we're doing is putting enough brown sugar in here so when we heat it up and it melts, it's like enough to help cook. It's enough to help cook the apple, basically. So something to keep in mind, okay? So if you did that, I just don't know if it would cook enough. Like you might have to add a bit of water or something. Like I don't know what the consistency is of that oatmeal. Do you know what I mean? Okay. All right. So now the next step is going to be to take your cinnamon, and I just like to sprinkle my cinnamon on the top a little bit. So I have lots of extras. I always do this. I always overmake it because the inside is not. So I just sprinkled some cinnamon on top of my apple. You can put on as much as you like. Something else you can do is you can put your cinnamon inside of your mixture. I just like a little sprinkle on top, but those are some other options for you. Oh, Eternal Fames, thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you very, very much for your resub of 3 months. Would you like to put an apple on my fancy apple tree? Okay. All right. Then and this is it. That's it. Baked apples, piece of cake. The last step that you need to do is to take it's about a half a teaspoon of butter. Okay, it's just a little cube, and it's just gonna help soften that up when it cooks, okay? I'm just gonna stick it right on top in the middle, and that's it. Get in. And melt it in here because it's 1,000 degrees and I won't cover it face. Okay. That's it. So now your oven should be preheated and you should be ready to go. Once again, we were preheating our oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to be baking our apple for about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go put my apple in the oven, and then I'm gonna come back and hang out with you guys, and we're gonna finish putting apples on the tree, and we're just gonna chill out for a bit, and then we're going to eat the apples. One other thing that I sometimes do is if the apple is not a super soft, like these apples are super, super soft, and so is the skin, but if it's a bit of a firmer apple, I sometimes will put a little bit of water in the bottom of this when it bakes, and it helps the skin from drying out, because as I mentioned, if you overcook them or you leave them in too long, the skin will split, like your apple will basically explode. Is that butter? Yes. I put it's about a half a tablespoon of butter on the top in the middle. Thing. All right, just plop that right back on top, not a problem. All right, it's going in the oven.